We are live with another episode of the Platform Podcast, Houston, Texas edition. Man. Welcome, man. We have a lot to unpack. We're going to jump straight in it, man. It's a surprise team that's on the rise right now that a lot of people haven't really been paying attention to. And I'll just go ahead and throw it out there, man. Seed King. They are balling. They doing their thing. They are flying high right now. Them boys just put 70 points against Atascocita in a victory. Now they gave up quite a bit themselves. They gave up 55, but a 70 pointer in a win. That is impressive. If you know anything about Atascocita, you know the last several years they have been a state championship title contender. They are going 4 rounds deep every single year pretty much. And there's only been one team knocking them out. Other than that, who knows? They may have some jury. But man, to see Seed King put up that type of performance against that caliber opponent, nothing short of impressive. And I'm going to say this as well. If it wasn't for Landon Williams or Deion Sims, the running back for Seed King, as one of the players of the year candidate, at least. If it wasn't for him, definitely he'd be the best running back in the state conversation, hands down. I feel like he's in the conversation right now. I think it's Landon. It's a bit of a gap. Then you can start throwing some names out. But Sims, that kid, he cut like that. He cut. Man, it's like every time he touches the ball, it's electric. Once he gets to the open field, you'll be better out running back. I'll be honest with you. He's unstoppable. And it's like they knew, or Atascocita knew that they were going to run the ball. They just couldn't stop it. Nothing that they can do. So that's my surprise team. Going forward, I would like to see how they do. Creek coming up, and they still have a North Shore coming up. 2 major tests. But they definitely passed one with flying colors. I don't even think it was the win that I was more impressed about. They put up 70. I don't care who you playing, what a type of opponent. Well, you playing a 3A school, 4A school, 5A, 6. Put up 70. That's 10 touchdowns in 4 quarters. That is extremely hard to do. You got to maintain some type of level of consistency from the opening kickoff to all the way when the clock hits 0 in the 4th quarter. That was very impressive. So shout out to Seed King. They bounced back from a loss to Dickinson, which I thought, okay, that was a game that kind of could have went either way. Dickinson obviously pulled that one out, which they looking great as well. Man, we're gonna talk about Ridge Point being the best team in Fort Bend. Last week I said that was a trap game for them against Travis. They won by 40. Travis is a good team. Travis is a really good team. But I think that was the type of statement win that Ridge Point needed for people to really, sit up in their seat. Start taking them boys serious on that 6A D1 level. The last couple of years, they've been making 2nd round, maybe 3rd round, and their flame will go out. But man, I think they can be a very, very dangerous team. A very dangerous team this year. By far, they're the best team in Fort Bend. Like I don't even know who would even be number 2 that's close to them. Whoever second is a very distant second. Ridge Point is the best team in Fort Bend, one of the best teams in the city of Houston, hands down. I got them in the top 3 right now. I put my rankings out. I put the rankings out of Houston. I had Summer Creek, North Shore, Ridge Point. I had some pushback Some people said I should have had Ridge Point against North Shore. They saying North Shore, since they lost to South Oak Cliff, Ridge Point undefeated. They feel like North Shore haven't really played nobody yet. I kind of disagree with that, but we'll see. We'll see. Strength of schedule sometimes can be misleading. Like you may have a team, who so far superior than everybody else in their district, or that's on their schedule too. It may make it look like that, like they just beating up on nobodies, but they just that good. And when they play teams who's supposed to be that good, they smack them too, so whatever. Yes, Ridge Point definitely the best team in Fort Bend. Now, there are some good games this week. We're going to get into those. We have Clyde versus Tomball. Clyde is another surprise team. I felt like Clyde Kane would be that in that district, but Clyde they looked apart. Tomball is Tomball. I feel like Tomball had one of the most consistent programs over the last several years. I'm gonna roll with Clyde on this. I'm gonna roll with Clyde. I don't think it's a fluke. I don't think they just off to a hot start. I think they're a good football team. I want to go with Clyde. Kingwood versus North Shore. Now this is a good test for Kingwood. Now some would say this isn't a strong North Shore team offensively. They don't have that firepower to just run away from people. Not saying Kingwood does, but if it's going to be a year to creep up on them, catch them, sneak up on them and get that dub, this could be the year. I think that defense is outstanding. I actually do think this will be a defensive fought game. I don't see either team scoring 40. I'll say 31. I'll say 31-20. Yeah, I'll say 31-20. I may be way wrong about this score. But I'm gonna take North Shore for the win. I think they have a little bit more juice. I don't think Kingwood offense will score enough points. I think the defense will do its job respectively, keep the score down to where it won't make it get too crazy. I just like the experience of North Shore. When they backs against the wall, they typically don't lose multiple games in the regular season, like hardly ever. Then we got South Springs versus Bridgeland. I'm taking Bridgeland in that game. South Springs is off to a good start. They're 3-1 so far. I think Bridgeland was one of my sleeper teams coming to the season. They had a hiccup, early in the season, which is fine. I think they'll be fine. They'll be fine. They'll be a tough out come playoff time. But right now, I'm gonna stick with Bridgeland in this game over South Springs. Now, main event, the game of the week, possibly the game of the year. My game of the year in 2024 last year, the best game I saw all last year in person. And it's happening again. Man, it seems like that game just happened. It's coming so fast. Like, man, what? Atascocita is taking on Summer Creek. Now, look, I know what everybody thinking. Oh man, Atascocita, they 2-2. They lost 2 in a row. They got 70 dropped on them. Then the week before they lost to Westlake. This is a rivalry game. This is a district game. I think these two teams have been close the last 3 years, and I feel like it's anybody's ball game. The last several times they played. Matter of fact, I'm sorry. Summer Creek won 2 years ago. They Atascocita avenged that loss last year in a thriller. This year, I think it's gonna be another banger. I think it's gonna be another banger. I will not do predictions for this game. One mainly because I really see the at the beginning of the year. But I also said Summer Creek will go to state too. In 6A D2. So I've been riding. I've been on that train tough. So I'm gonna stick with I can't. You know what? I'm gonna stick with my first mind and not this game. I will be there at this game in person to see this. Got to see this up close. It's not a home game for either one, pretty much. I mean, hey, it's neutral ground if you ask me. But I think it's gonna be another shootout, a high scoring game. I can see both teams, getting to 50 points, like easily. Like, and I don't even think it's gonna be because of bad defense. I think that just what it's gonna take to win this football game. I would love, a low to mid 30, scoring type of game, where it does have some, resistance on defense. I love those type of games too. But man, there's no telling when these two teams come together, bro. Like you really gotta understand like the history, the recent history at least. So that's for me. That's my game of the week in Texas, really, but specifically Houston. Overall, it's been a good first half of the week. I would like to do a player shout out, man. Shout out to my guy, man, SRT Larry, man. Larry Sanders, he's been balling. He's been going crazy, especially these last two games, man. I want to say he had 4 scores in both. His yards per carry is crazy. Like it's a first down every time that Rock get in the bread basket. Uh, man, that speed is for real. Like he just runs straight by defenders, and it's like you see sometimes, certain players they let up. The further they get down the field, now it's like he pick up speed. He's an underrated talent. Will be a big time recruit for somebody who was ever lucky enough to get this kid. So shout out my boy, man, SRT Larry Sanders, running back for Lamar High School class of 2026. This has been another episode of the Platform Podcast, Houston, Texas.